Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, so everybody is talking about AI, but what is really going on inside businesses today? We're going to dig into some fresh 2025 data to cut through the hype and see where things actually stand. All right, let's kick things off with a number that is, well, it's pretty staggering. The latest reports show that 99%, practically every single organization, is now using AI in some way. So this isn't some far-off future tech anymore. It's here, right now. But that leads to this huge question that's got leaders scratching their heads. If everyone's using AI, where are all the game-changing results we've been hearing about? There's a ton of activity for sure, but the actual bottom-line impact seems to be lagging way behind. And that brings us to the central puzzle we're going to unpack today, the widespread AI paradox. It's this massive gap between the sheer amount of AI activity, all the projects and experiments, and the actual measurable value it's creating for the whole company. So why the gap? Well, the data gives us our first big clue. It turns out most companies are still just dipping their toes in the water. Look at this chart. Nearly 2/3 are still in the piloting or experimenting phase. They haven't really committed to rolling AI out in a big way across the enterprise. And this is where that paradox really comes into focus. You see, companies are getting these little wins on individual projects. Saving some money here, boosting a little revenue there. That's great. But only 39% are seen that actually move the needle on their EBIT. That's their core profitability. Those small wins just aren't adding up to a big victory for the business as a whole. And get this, just as companies are trying to figure out how to scale the AI they already have, a whole new thing is popping up on their radar, AI agents. We're talking about systems that can handle complex, multi-step tasks all by themselves. In fact, a whopping 62% of organizations are already playing around with these agents. So the next big wave of AI is already starting even before the first one has really hit the shore. It just goes to show you how incredibly fast all of this is moving. So what gives? What separates the handful of companies that are getting huge value from the majority that are kind of stuck in neutral? Well, the data points to a pretty clear playbook. It's what the AI high performers are doing differently. Okay, this slide right here, this is the absolute core of it. It's all about their mindset. Your average company is using AI for one thing, efficiency, cutting costs. But the high performers, they have a triple objective. They're using AI not just for efficiency, but as a serious engine for growth and innovation too. And that mindset leads to a totally different strategy. The high performers follow this three-step path. First, they set these really ambitious goals for growth. Then, they get a real top-down commitment to transform the whole company. And, this is crucial, they use AI to completely redesign how work gets done, not just to speed up the old ways. Naturally, when you talk about this level of transformation, it brings up the big question on everyone's mind. What does all this mean for our jobs? And the honest answer right now is nobody really knows. The expectations are all over the place. You've got about 1/3 of leaders who think their workforce will shrink. But look at that middle bar, the biggest group, 43%, thinks there will be no change at all. And then you have some who even think they'll hire more people because of AI. The jury is very, very much still out. Okay, this all brings us to what might be the single most important takeaway for anyone leading an AI strategy today. It really boils down to a fundamental shift in how you think about it. So here it is, the key idea. The real value, that enterprise-wide impact we were talking about, it doesn't come from just slapping a coat of AI paint on your old processes. It comes from using AI as a catalyst to completely rethink how your business runs and creates value from the ground up. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Take a hard look at the AI projects in your own organization. Are they just built to make the old way of doing things a little bit faster, a little bit cheaper? Or are they truly built to transform what your business is even capable of? Because the answer to that question will probably decide whether you're just doing AI or if you're actually winning with it.